Hey guys, Joe with BitRaged, and I'm kind of battling a cold here, so you'll have to excuse me if my voice is not 100%. But I wanted to get this video out and talk about some coins that are really undervalued in my opinion. A lot of the questions we see get asked is, what are some currencies, what are some crypto that is really going to take off in 2018 that is undervalued now? It has a strong project that I can get in and hold for the long term and really see some growth and traction. So I found 3 of them that I think are really strong projects, have really good products, and have a lot of potential that they really haven't realized yet. So the first one I want to talk about is ADX, and essentially what ADX is trying to do is cut out the middleman with ad networks and ad exchanges. Essentially connect the publisher or the content creator directly with the advertiser and cut out a company like AdSense or MediaNet or some of the ad networks. Cut them out entirely and go directly to the advertiser, and the advertiser, or go directly to the publisher. The advertiser would go directly to the publisher, and the publisher would push that ad directly to the user. So it'd really eliminate the hassle of trying to work with an ad network, and it would also raise ad revenue for that publisher, and it would lower fees for the advertiser. So really it's a win-win for both sides. They've got a timeline here. They're looking to release a beta in February, which is supposed to be the beta for the ad network itself. So really the first look at what this might look like. So this could be really strong for them. It could really boost them and allow them to gain traction here in the next couple months or so. You can see here that they've kind of gained some traction in August, kind of lost it, and now they're gaining traction again. One of the things you notice here about them is the total supply is really low and the circulating supply is really low, and basically all that tells you is the potential for this to grow is really large. The market cap, the valuation is only 179 million. So this could really go far, and I think 2018 will see some really massive traction and really massive growth for ADX, just because it's a really strong project and a really strong product and not something a lot of people are doing. There are a couple other coins that are attempting, or a couple other crypto that are attempting to do this, but they're really doing it, and their roadmap and the white paper is really stronger than anything I've seen in this space. So if you want to read the white paper, I'll link it down below. Definitely go ahead and look at that. It's one of the most interesting and probably well put together white papers I've read in a long time. So they lay out exactly what they want to do and how they want to do it and how they're going to get there. So it's really interesting. I encourage you to go read that if you're interested in ADX. So again, they're trying to launch their prototype in February, and then from there kind of improve, and then next year launch version 2, which should be really, really big. So I see this as a really strong project with a really strong product, and now is not a bad time to buy in if you're looking to invest. It came down from a spike here and it's kind of leveled off, so it's not a bad time to invest. Again, I'm not giving you financial advice, do your own research, but this is the information that I see right now and how I see it going in the future. The other interesting thing about ADX is in August they ported to Neo, which, if you don't know what Neo is, it's essentially a crypto that's trying to revolutionize smart contracts and really make that intuitive and efficient as possible. So I think that was a really good move, and that should allow them to grow more easily in the coming year. So that's ADX, a really strong product with a really strong project and a really good team behind it. So I really think that can see massive growth in the next year or so. The next one that I found is Factum, and Factum is interesting because it solves a real problem that businesses have. And that problem is storing documents, storing data, and not doing it in a paper way. A lot of businesses are still storing documents and data with a paper trail, and the issue with that is it's really hard to maintain, it's really hard to audit, and then a lot of them are going to computerized solutions, and the issue with that is it's not as secure, and again, you still have to maintain the computer. But really the revolutionary idea behind Factum is that it will allow companies to store excuse me, data on the blockchain, which would make it much more secure and virtually unhackable. If you look at circulating supply for Factum, it's only 8.7 million. So again, this has the potential to grow a lot in the coming year. There's not a whole lot of caps on this. And as you can see, it's starting to gain some traction. A lot of crypto is gaining traction right now though, so that is not always the best indicator that you can use, but it's a really strong project. They have good products that they're coming out with, and they have a really strong team, about 35 people on the team. They have a couple advisors. I really just think this is a fantastic project with a really good product. So I could see this growing a lot, especially if it starts to gain adoption by a lot of big business, or they start to get some contracts. I could see this really picking up and gaining some traction. So that's Factum. Really strong product and really strong project. If you're thinking about investing, definitely do some research, read their white paper, read their website, look at the product. But I really see a lot of potential for Factum in the next year or so. And the final one I have is Cardano. And if you don't know what Cardano is, the developer of Cardano actually came from Ethereum. He was working on Ethereum, and he noticed a lot of holes and issues with the Ethereum platform. And don't get me wrong, Ethereum is a really good platform. The issue is it was one of the first to really pioneer smart contracts and get that out. So it isn't as fast as it should be, and there's a lot of issues with the speed of it. So he decided he'd go off and start Cardano to solve some of these issues, to make smart contracts more efficient and more intuitive, to make the whole platform faster, to speed up transactions and allow a system and a protocol that could potentially bridge communication between different cryptocurrencies. So using smart contracts. One of the things that they're trying to do is use Cardano as a way to eliminate exchanges. So using smart contracts to trade cryptocurrency. So that is a really interesting idea and something I've not seen anybody else trying to do. So that could be really big for them. I think the platform is really strong. There's a lot of use cases for Cardano. So I really see this as something that will grow. This is the timeline. You could see that they've already made some progress on some of the things they're working on. They're working on multi-signature transactions. If you look at the price, it's under $1 right now, so it has a lot of room to grow. It's sitting at number 5. I really see a lot of potential in this project. It could really take off and really see some massive growth in 2018 just because of the team behind it and what they're trying to accomplish. And if you'd like me to do a video talking about more about Cardano and kind of what they're trying to do, how their protocol works, and how the whole trading without an exchange would potentially work, I'd be happy to do that. But that's about all I have for you today. ADDX, Factum, and Cardano. Definitely go ahead and check them out. I'll leave some links in the description so you can go ahead and do that. These are really strong products, really strong projects, really good teams. I really see them as something that is going to take off in 2018 and are really solid investments in the long term. You really can't go wrong with either of them or all of them. So go ahead and do some research and see if there's something you want to back in the project. Anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, and leave a comment below telling me what you'd like to see next from us. We'd be happy to take your suggestion and make a video on that. We have a lot planned for you, so definitely be subscribed. Thanks for watching. Take care.